Over the years, we have seen many NBA's next biggest stars disappear overnight. So, in today's video, we will look at what happened to basketball's next big stars and where they are now. Starting off with a player who lost his NBA career to a motorcycle crash.
Kentucky can take the lead if they score. They do! More than two. Can't lose a guy like that.
I was really stupid for doing it. My first thought in my mind that came to my mind was I threw it all away because a mistake happened to me.
Jay Williams was a household name back in his college basketball days with Duke. The point guard was an offensive mastermind, averaging almost 22 points per game to help the Blue Devils to the 2001 NCAA championship.
The 10th turnover, Williams! You need to be very aggressive and make your play. Look at that!
After declaring for the 2002 NBA draft, Jay Williams was picked second overall by the Chicago Bulls.
The defenses are there. Williams bags on the three.
Also crowning his rookie season with an NBA All-Star Rookie Second Team selection. With his 9.5 points, 4.7 assists per game averages, and his efficient shooting split, Jay Williams was primed to have at least an impact NBA career. However, the night of June 19, 2003 changed his life forever. He was cruising at a high speed on his new Yamaha motorcycle on the north side of Chicago, but unfortunately lost control of the bike and ran it into a street light.
And I was just starting to get into that frame of mind before my accident. Well, I lost control of the bike. I thought I was in a different gear when it wasn't. And the bike kind of just turned on me.
Not only was he violating his NBA Bulls contract, which prohibited motorcycle rides, but Jay didn't have a helmet on, and he also didn't have a license to drive. Williams' injuries included a fractured pelvis, a torn ACL, several torn knee ligaments, and nerve damage that made him bedridden for months. Despite several hours of rehabilitation, Jay Williams' condition worsened, and he almost never walked again. Jay Williams was unfortunately waived from the Bulls roster and eventually out of the league, bringing a painful end to his short-lived NBA career. With his basketball days in the past, nowadays Jay Williams works as a basketball analyst for ESPN in the NBA, as well as NCAA's college men's basketball games. That was nowhere as shocking.
Thinking about it, fires away. It's good. Bones. Highland plays catch with Cousins. Long three-pointer. Bang!
As when Bones Highland suddenly vanished from the NBA. We have seen a few crafty handles in the league in recent years, and Bones Highland is one of the best out there.
Overdue. Get it. Michael Green. Bones with the Euro.
He was a five-star recruit averaging almost 20 points per game out of Virginia, who got drafted as a first-round pick by the Denver Nuggets in the 2021 draft. Highland was an efficient second option in the point guard role, averaging over 10 points per game in nearly 20 minutes per game. Regardless of his talent and impact on the court, Bones Highland was a terrible teammate off the court. He complained about his lack of minutes, which kicked off a locker room rift with the Nuggets starting guard Jamal Murray. His me-first approach to the game, constant grumbles, and negative attitude forced Denver to trade him to the Los Angeles Clippers at the 2023 trade deadline, after averaging almost 12 points in 42 games for the Nuggets. That move to the Clippers came at the worst time, because months later, the Denver Nuggets were crowned NBA champions. Unfortunately for him, the Denver Nuggets denied Highland his championship ring despite playing nearly 50 regular season games that season. Despite changing teams, Highland still had heated moments with his new Clippers teammates. This time, it was a heated physical altercation on the bench between him and Mason Plumlee.
Mason Plumlee and Bones Highland.
It got so bad that other teammates and coaching staff had to step in to resolve the issue. From then on, Bones Highland saw his minutes on the court till he got traded to the Atlanta Hawks in 2025, before they also waived him. After 4 years in the league and at just 24 years old, Bones Highland is currently playing for the Iowa Wolves in the NBA G League, where he can get all the playing time he needs. The next player on our list dipped from an NBA champion and all-star to Taiwan's most valuable basketball player.
Howard again! Oh!
Dwight Howard entered the NBA as one of the most athletic big men the league has ever seen. Drafted first overall in the 2004 NBA draft, Howard quickly established his stance as an unstoppable force on both ends of the court. Whether it was defending the basket, dominating the boards, or towering over defenses for crazy dunks, the Superman had it all. This guy was so good that he single-handedly took the Orlando Magic to the 2009 NBA Finals, adding 5 All-NBA first-team selections to go with 8 All-Star selections. But as quickly as he peaked, the lows followed. His trade demands took him to the Lakers, where a combination of injuries, locker room drama, and controversies tarnished his image, exposing his lack of maturity and focus to be a true leader. It wasn't just his reputation that suffered, Howard's relevance faded as well. The NBA transitioned away from the traditional back-to-the-basket center, favoring stretch bigs capable of shooting from the perimeter. Dwight's game, built on brute force and interior defense, no longer fit the mold. Howard became an inconsistent piece on NBA teams, moving from the Rockets to the Hawks, down to the Hornets and Wizards, before a second stint with the Lakers in the 2019-2020 NBA season. Despite playing more as a role player, Howard was impactful in the Lakers' 2020 NBA championship.
Or accomplishes the unexpected, that's what the Heat did. But they ran up against...
After the expiration of his non-guaranteed deal, no NBA team was willing to take a chance on him in free agency, so he took his basketball journey overseas. He played for the Taoyuan Leopards in Taiwan, where he was a named league all-star before another stint in the Philippines and Puerto Rico. More recently, Howard has found a new home in the Big Three League. Off the court, Howard hosts a podcast on NBA stories and is a prominent content creator. In 2005, he was inducted into Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, cementing his legacy as one of the most dominant centers of his generation. Another big man whose basketball evolution ruined his NBA career is Montrezl Harrell.
You guys go ahead,
Handle coaching. Harrell, it's a lot of 1-2 down low, put it back up high.
Despite making it into the NBA as a second-round pick in 2015, the 6'8" center and NCAA champion out of Louisiana made it in the league for most of his career. Whether it was a chase-down block, hunting down rebounds, a hard dive for a loose ball, or a quick roll for an easy dunk, Montrezl Harrell was the man for the job.
Remaining in the third. Here's counts. He
was efficient offensively as well, averaging a career field goal percentage of almost 62% to go with his career pivot average of 12 points per game. Harrell found a solid foot in the league after his move to the Los Angeles Clippers, fitting perfectly as a system player and averaging a career season high of 18 points per game in his third season with the Clippers, while playing off the bench. That year, Montrezl Harrell was voted as the NBA Sixth Man of the Year and attained his greatest heights in his NBA career. The following year, Harrell signed with the Lakers to help them back-to-back championships going into the 2021 season. Unfortunately, things didn't turn out as he hoped. A lot of LeBron AD minutes drastically reduced his minutes, as well as his scoring averages, to under 14 points per game. After an unsuccessful playoff with the Lakers, Harrell was traded to the Wizards in exchange for Russell Westbrook, with hopes of getting his career back on track. Despite getting his scoring averages back up, Washington didn't have the tools to facilitate winning, and they ended up falling short of a playoff qualification. From there, Harrell moved to the Charlotte Hornets before signing a 2-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. It was there that Harrell's averages hit rock bottom before an ACL tear finally ruined his year in Philly, and Harrell was waived in 2023. After going unsigned in free agency, Harrell took his skills overseas and signed with the Adelaide 36ers in the Australian Basketball League. In 28 games for the 36ers, he averaged 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists per game.
Se quita el canasto, pudiendo entonces capturar el rebote ofensivo. ¿Cómo lo hace Harrell?
After another run in the Chinese Basketball League, Harrell moved on to Puerto Rico before registering with the Adelaide 36ers in Australia for the 2025-26 NBL season. Up next, we have the story of how Kemba Walker suddenly disappeared from the NBA.
righties. Here is James. Shot clock winding down. Backs it in.
The four-time NBA All-Star came into the league during the 2011 NBA Draft as the 9th overall pick. Despite being undersized, Kemba was an aggressive juggernaut that lit up the court whenever he played.
Blazes to the basket and welcomes Kemba Walker.
Averaging at least 20-plus points in 4 consecutive seasons with the Charlotte Hornets. His quick first step, ability to finish at the basketball and drain buckets from anywhere on the court, made Kemba an offensive weapon.
2-on-1. Leaves it back.
However, as the physicality of the game grew, Walker struggled to adapt to the game defensively. Having a 6-foot guard that can score but can't defend felt more of a liability in the present NBA. His move to the Boston Celtics in 2019 brought back the sparks he had early on in his career.
Kemba Walker drives, get past Embiid, and draws a foul. Shot's good.
He averaged 20 points and got his 4th NBA All-Star selection. A series of knee soreness ruled him out of a lot of games, only to return the following season to feature in just 43 games for the Celtics. The following year, he returned home on a 2-year contract with the New York Knicks. However, a combination of knee injuries and unfavorable coach rotation reduced Kemba's averages to just 11 points per game in 37 appearances. His final stint was at Dallas Mavericks on a 1-year, non-guaranteed deal, putting up 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists in an overtime loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Walker didn't finish up his contract before he was waived by the Mavericks. In the summer of 2023, he signed for AS Monaco in the French Basketball League, averaging just 4.4 points in 26 games. In July 2024, Kemba Walker announced his retirement from professional basketball.
And finally, former Hornets first-round pick Kemba Walker has announced his retirement today on...
He currently works as a player encouragement coach for the Charlotte Hornets. However, not many undersized guards were as good as prime Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, what a move by Isaiah Thomas. Put it in the book. And
despite being the smallest guy every time on the court, Isaiah had no problem filling up the stat sheet every night out. Whether it was a hard finish at the rim, mid-range jumper, or draining from behind the arc,
These guys are walking all over the place.
Isaiah Thomas's career is a testament to the power of a small man with a giant heart. The last pick of the 2011 NBA Draft defied all expectations and quickly rose up the ranks early on in his career.
The Sacramento Kings select Isaiah Thomas from the University of Washington.
Averaging 20 points per game in Sacramento, 15 points per game in Phoenix before his memorable move to Boston in 2015. Thomas reached the pinnacle of his career at the TD Garden, averaging a career high of 28.9 points per game, voted as an NBA All-Star twice, and finished 5th in the NBA's MVP voting for the 2016-17 season. After leading the Celtics to the 2017 Eastern Conference Finals, Thomas's career was derailed by a severe right hip injury. It was a devastating blow that ruled him out of the playoffs and essentially ruined his NBA career. Despite several months in rehab, Isaiah Thomas never became the player he once was. The once league MVP candidate became a trading piece passed around teams like a pawn, till he signed to the NBA G League with the Grand Rapids Gold in 2021. Although IT was a reliable bucket getter, the best he got from the league was 10-day contracts from teams like the Lakers and the Mavericks. However, his stay was never permanent. Currently, he's signed to the Salt Lake City Stars in the NBA G League as he continues to pursue his dream of an NBA comeback. Next up, we have a story of how drug addiction ruined an NBA career.
And 2-on-1 break. Evans driving. Good.
Talks about the likes of James Harden, Blake Griffin, Stephen Curry, and DeMar DeRozan. The 2009 NBA draft class was born of superstars and legends. There is one name that goes under the radar. Tyreke Evans, who was picked 4th overall in the 2009 NBA Draft. Back then, Evans was the brightest star of the group, becoming the 4th player behind MJ, LeBron, and Oscar Robinson to average at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in their rookie season. That season, he was awarded the NBA Rookie of the Year before names like Stephen Curry and Blake Griffin. As his career went on, Evans never achieved the great heights of his rookie days. He fell into a role as a role player, battling a right knee surgery that kept him off the court for a long time. Tyreke Evans rediscovered his form in 2017 with the Grizzlies, averaging 19 points per game, playing as a second option. The following year, he signed with the Indiana Pacers and, unfortunately, blew his NBA career. In the summer of 2019, Evans was given a 2-year ban from the NBA for violating the NBA's anti-drug rule on drug abuse, leaving him out of the league until 2022.
News to report to you now, a Pacers player is off the team and banned from the NBA.
After his reinstatement, he attempted a comeback by signing a G League contract with the Wisconsin Herd. However, he was released after just 2 games. Even though his NBA journey ended sooner than expected, his rookie season remains a historical moment in NBA history.
With 3 seconds on the drop. Good, 1 point.
A glimpse of the potential that was never fully realized.
Here on him. Good identification, and he's going there for the flush. Drew Holiday.
Nikola Mirotic is another player who never achieved his NBA potential. Mirotic arrived in the NBA with a decorated European career, a reputation as a sharp-shooting center with a sweet touch, and a promise of being a floor-spacing big man. He was electric in his rookie season, once averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, while playing 30 minutes per game in May 2015.
Nurkic, step back triple, unbelievable.
His impressive rookie season earned him a finish on the NBA Rookie of the Year voting behind Andrew Wiggins, also averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds on an efficient shooting split. Mirotic's final season with the Bulls was shadowed by his physical altercation with his teammate Bobby Portis in practice. Portis punched Mirotic in the face, causing a concussion and multiple facial fractures that sidelined him for a while.
Bulls player punched in the face and sent to the hospital, the other suspended.
Mirotic regained his form with the New Orleans Pelicans, where he showcased his offensive potency as a starter and averaged a career high of 16.7 points per game. In 2019, at the age of 28, Mirotic was a free agent with multiple NBA teams offering multi-year, multi-million-dollar contracts. Mirotic shocked everyone by deciding to sign with Barcelona in the Spanish league, making him the highest-paid basketballer in Europe, stating that he wanted a larger role than he had in the NBA. However, the true reason he returned to Europe was to spend time with his family, something the NBA's rigorous schedule prevented. It was a new league, but the same Mirotic, averaging a career high of 22.5 points per game and earning the league's MVP award. In his second year, he won his first EuroLeague MVP award while racking up outstanding numbers and winning the Liga ACB championship before an Achilles injury sidelined him for the rest of the 2022-23 season. After another successful season in Barcelona in 2023, Mirotic moved on to Italy with Olimpia Milano, where he helped them to the league title. Most recently, he signed with AS Monaco in the summer of 2025, where he continues to play basketball at the highest level. Next up, we have a player who went from a consensus #1 pick to a draft bust.
Pass ahead to Markel. He'll drive and throw it.
Goodness. We may have to rethink the flight.
Coming out of the University of Washington, Markel Fultz was an explosive and talented guard who could shoot from anywhere and create plays for his teammates.
Fultz cleans it up.
Fultz was picked first overall by Philadelphia 76ers in the 2017 NBA draft class.
In the 2017 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Markel Fultz.
Ahead of superstars like Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Bam Adebayo. Early on in his career, Fultz suffered a shoulder injury that ravaged his shooting to only 40% from the field, and he made no three-pointers in his rookie season. In his 2 seasons in Philadelphia, Fultz played in just 33 games with a congenital thoracic outlet syndrome that limits his ability to shoot and confidence. The 76ers finally gave up on him in 2019, trading him to the Orlando Magic in exchange for Jonathan Simmons and 2 draft picks. Markelle Fultz regained his form again in 2020, averaging 12 points per game before suffering a torn ACL that ruled him out for the remainder of the 2020-2021 season. On his return the following season, Fultz showed flashes of his former self, putting up a career high of 14 points per game to go with an efficient 51% from field and 31% from three-point range. After his contract with the Magic expired, he became a free agent in 2024. He used that time to work on his body and his jump shot before signing with the Sacramento Kings in 2025. Even though he may never reach the superstar status he was once envisioned for, Markelle Fultz has another chance to prove that he can still make it in the NBA. Next, we have a shocking story of how Kendrick Nunn disappeared from the NBA.
The crossover in the lane, at the horn, and goal!
The 6'5" point guard's NBA career started off with a rough patch.
A hustle play by Kendrick Nunn.
After going undrafted in the 2018 NBA draft, Nunn secured a spot on the Warriors Summer League roster before he was released shortly after. After an exceptional season at the NBA G League with the Santa Cruz Warriors, Kendrick secured a guaranteed contract with the Miami Heat. He opened his NBA debut with a 24-point performance against the Grizzlies, followed by a couple of great performances that earned him an NBA Player of the Week nomination.
For Nunn, yes sir!
Kendrick Nunn was scorching hot from everywhere.
Game's here. Here's Nunn breaking free. What a dunk for the Flying Nunn!
Dropping 36 on the Hawks and 33 on the Spurs to earn him a spot on the NBA All-Rookie First Team. That year, Nunn finished second place in the Rookie of the Year voting as an undrafted player while averaging 15 points, 3 assists in his rookie season. Kendrick was influential in the playoffs as well, playing vital minutes as Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat forced their way to the NBA Finals, but unfortunately lost to a LeBron-led Lakers in 6 games. Kendrick Nunn continued his impressive performance into his second season. However, the Heat rescinded his qualifying offer to free up cap space, making him an unrestricted free agent. 3 days later, Nunn signed a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. A few months later, Nunn suffered a right knee bone bruise that sidelined him for the rest of the season. The injury was a major setback from which he never recovered, and he was traded to the Washington Wizards the following season.
Triple doubles, got 3 of those. Kendrick Nunn, nice floater in the paint.
His scoring and efficiency dropped significantly, and he was no longer the explosive scorer he was with the Heat. At 28 years old, Nunn found himself outside of the NBA and decided to sign with the Panathinaikos in the Greek Basketball League.
Gabriel put up a defensive ceiling, allowing Kendrick.
He led Panathinaikos to a EuroLeague title in his first season.
Razzle-dazzle on that punctuation point, flipping the turbo switch, turning on the jet.
And the Greek League title in his second season in Europe, earning multiple honors, including a 2-time All-EuroLeague first-team selection and the 2025 EuroLeague MVP. Nunn thrived in Europe.
Both teams, George, digging in defensively. Nunn, let's fly with a 3 and he's string.
And he may end his career there due to the love and support he has found in Greece. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and mention your most horrifying NBA moment in the comments section. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace!